Last year, my daughters took me to see a rock musical called Next to Normal. It's the story of a family and all their issues as they struggle with the mother's mental health problems. And at one point, the mother says to her daughter Natalie, "I wish we'd been able to give you a life that's normal." And Natalie responds with, "I don't need a life that's normal. That's too far away. But next to normal would be okay." I don't know about you, but I've kind of felt a bit like Natalie that normal just seems so far away at the moment. I've kind of struggled to get any sense of kind of rhythm and routines going with so many of the groups, and my regular routines all shut down at the moment. Struggled to get used to the new situation of having my teacher wife teaching online at home, of a couple of German backpackers who were just going to stay a couple of days and now struggling to find their way home, who have become part of the family and living with us in lockdown at home. My son, who's kind of stuck and unable to get out of Morocco at the moment. And I wake up each day a little bit disoriented, and it just feels so far from normal. But maybe I and we can find next to normal. And so this week and in the weeks ahead, I'm hoping to try and find some new rhythms, perhaps with some of the groups that were a part of the life of this place, and perhaps in some new ways. Tuesdays was always our Beehive group, and lately we've been studying a book called Finding God in the Waves by a guy called Science Mike. And we might try and get together and share bits of that online, email, and perhaps through Zoom. So if you're interested in that, please message the church, and I'll certainly be getting in touch with the people who've been a part of that group. Likewise, we were doing a Lent study called Another Story Must Begin, based on the book, the musical Les Miserables. And so we might try to kind of get back into a routine of sharing some of those ideas and thoughts again. I've already had a chat with someone about an idea of sharing stories about the people in our neighbourhood. Took me back to my Sesame Street days when they used to have a little song about meeting all the different people in the neighbourhood, and maybe just sharing some stories and conversations about what's happening for those people, what they've learnt, perhaps what's had to change as they too have had to adapt to being in a new normal or next to normal. I'll also be sharing some spiritual disciplines, perhaps for you to try at home, perhaps some new things, maybe some things that you're already doing, and for you to reply and to share those online and on our Facebook page. I kind of made the decision not to attempt an online live streaming worship. We probably haven't got the resources and the people and the equipment to do that as well as other people have. We'll certainly share some links with others who are doing that. And perhaps occasionally we might try and do a bit of online worship with some of our leaders here in Hoskins. As well as that, it would be good to share ideas, resources. I'll look for some podcasts, some articles, videos, things that we can continue to share with each other and to talk about as we keep our connections alive, as we keep reflecting on faith, spirituality, and what that looks like in the days ahead. So again, grace and peace to you. Keep in touch with us and keep an eye out for things unrolling in the next week.